Hello, hello. Good evening. I apologize for my tardiness, but I didn't want the commotion in the background to interrupt what we got going on this evening. Welcome and welcome back to our 18th episode of Take Me Down a Rabbit Hole. And today I really need y'all to take me down a rabbit hole because I've been out the loop trying to finish up this latest video. So hope you all check it out. Atlantis, Edom, and the Way of Sacrifice featuring DC Young Fly. Now, I didn't want to have to do it to him because honestly, I hadn't looked into the death of his wife or his baby mother, whatever it is that she was to him, until I saw that clip on Instagram. And you'll see it when you watch the video, but I didn't suspect anything really until then. And I was like, you know what? Why is it that sacrifice is used in order to gain riches and wealth in this world? And so that's what took me on a journey. That's what brought about the idea for this latest video. And so I hope that you all enjoy that. But other than that, I haven't really got to see too much of anything this week because, like I said, I've been immersed trying to finish that. The one thing that I did see, and I tried to make a post on it, was why on God's green earth is Cynthia Erivo playing Jesus Christ? Let's be honest. She a whole lesbian out here in these streets. She just got done playing Wicked, and I'm assuming that she's a witch in that movie. I'm not going to watch it. And then you've got her, a whole female out here playing a man. See, it's just a lot of things about that I don't like. It's blasphemous all the way around. And it's just amazing that the only person that I guess the only person that you can blaspheme is God. But don't you find it funny that the only people that they mock are Christians? They doggone sure not going to do that to the Muslims. Matter of fact, do y'all even remember? It was a few years back. It's been quite a few years now, but there was a particular cartoon magazine by the name of Charlie Hebdo, I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know. Y'all know I will jack up a name in a minute. But they came out with a comic strip mocking Islam or mocking Muslims, mocking Allah. And when I tell you, next thing you know, they had a whole bombing out there in that country, and they end up killing like 11 people, 11 or 12 people behind that. They ran up in the wherever you make comic book strips at. They ran up in there and was killing people because of the mocking that they were doing to Muslims. And I just find it so not funny, haha, obviously, but that should raise a red flag for anybody who think, oh, it's not real and this and that. It should raise a red flag to you why Christians are the only ones that can be mocked in that way. Now, I don't know this lady's life, and I don't know where she's trying to go. I see that she has been nominated for the EGOT, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony Award, so that she can be like Whoopi Goldberg and Jennifer Hudson. But is this the way that you have to go? Or is this the way that you chose to go? I don't know. I don't know. But that was my first ramble of the night. Hello, hello, everyone. Greetings, greetings. It's good to see you. Yes, here we go. Absolutely. It's absolute disrespect. Absolute disrespect. And, you know, yeah, Simon, that name. Exactly. They know that Christianity, they know who God is. That's all I'm going to say. They know who God is. Absolutely. He said, once the Druze take control of everything, I noticed that the culture has eroded away as an effect, which shows that they cannot build culture. They can only parody what God has created. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm glad that you brought that up. And not even on the veins of being a parody, but I don't even remember what comment I made, but the lady decided that she was going to respond to me by saying that she was better than me because she was black and she was God. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, you haven't created nothing in this universe. What in this universe have you created? You haven't created the sun, the moon, the stars, the water, the earth. The only thing that you can do is recreate by using what is already here. And, I said what I had to say. And I was like, since, signed black, another black woman, don't try to throw that out there at me. And whatever. I'm not going to rant about that, but it's just crazy. No, not the actress. Absolutely not. It would be hilarious if she did. I posted it on YouTube, but for whatever reason, the post didn't. I tried to share it on YouTube, and it wouldn't share. So I don't know what was up with that. But no, I wouldn't be surprised though. It seems as though these celebrities are clapping back a lot lately. When you try to call them out about certain things. But yeah, I don't appreciate that. Let's see. One other thing that I did see, actually just saw it this morning. I happened to be, I'm a multitasker. So even though I was working on the video, I was still watching other things on YouTube. But the Night and Day Network posted an interview that Will Smith, I don't know if it's a recent interview or if it's an old interview, but he has been talking about how he was with Biggie I don't know if he said 4 or 8 hours with Biggie, but he had been with him before he passed away. And then he was also with Prince before he passed away, like literally within hours before these two people passed away, Will Smith was with them. And go and check out the video. I'm not going to rip off from them, but pretty much he was speaking about how Prince was trying to start a company and he wanted Jay-Z to be a part of it. He wanted Will Smith to be a part of it, and then himself. And then next thing you know, Prince is dead. And so it kind of went back to the conversation of there's a mole. There's a mole in these circles that's running back and telling the elites what's going on in the hip hop world. Because they said the same thing happened when I think Jay Prince and some other people tried to have a meeting together to start some type of distribution company, because they're producers and they put out music. And so somebody went back and told the elites that, and next thing you know, they were all going down. Oh, it was Suge Knight. Suge Knight was there, and obviously the Suge Knight's in jail, and probably for good reason. But it's just almost ironic that once they have these conversations about wanting to break away from the machine, that's when all things start going downhill. So, check that out. Check that out. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your name, but Miss Cozart, you said YouTube has been showing your notifications unless I get the app. Shaking my head, they are silencing me. I'm pretty sure they are. Little old me. I'm pretty sure they are. And that's why I'm kind of trying to distribute this information amongst different platforms so that even when it's taken down on one site, it'll be on other sites. But that's a shame. It's a shame that we live in a world where we're not allowed to say what we want to say, or we're not allowed to say what we feel, or even knowledge that it's public knowledge. I'm not telling y'all anything that you can't go and research yourselves. These are things that I read their own literature and I come and bring it to you. Or I read, I from the horse's mouth, as they say, and then I come and tell y'all what I heard. So I'm not making these things up. Just like my friend sent me a little clip on Instagram, I believe it was yesterday, and this doctor is speaking about one particular case that he heard. The guy ends up getting the C-19 shot, and some kind of way he was mangled from it and wanted to sue. And he ends up dying in the end. He ended up dying. But when they came back with why they weren't going to honor his lawsuit, they told him that he knew what he was getting into, that the C-19 shot was an experimental drug, an experimental shot, and that the side effects were well known. They have been public knowledge. And then do you know that they had the nerve to classify his death as a suicide because of it? Now I already read out to you guys on the Patreon about, vaccine bays and how they are experimental. You could take it or not take it. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you the information that they're putting online for us all to see. And because that information is out there for us all to see, they consider this man's death a suicide because he should have known better. See, this is the type of thing, and you can't, and again, you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say it out loud. You can read it and I guess have a conversation in your head about it, but you're not allowed to tell other people because it's quote unquote misinformation. So it's up to you to put two and two together. Because what I had to do is go read the inserts. I had to go read the ingredients. And then I was like, okay, well, let's go find out what the side effects of having this ingredient in your system is. Oh, it causes neurological issues? Wow, neurology deals with the mind. So you mean you're effing with my brain? With the way that I think and the way that things compute in my body? Are you serious? Whew. He said it's probably Jay-Z. I know, right? That was the first person that came to my mind. He said it's probably Jay-Z because low key, I'm confident that if we were to go back and see recent celeb deaths like Prince and certain plans they had prior to dying, Jay probably did said plans. Exactly. Um, I'm not, I don't have a doubt in my mind that he's one of them. Because again, everybody seems to go down but him. And he's seated at really, really high places in order to make decisions. And poor Prince was seen outside of, I believe, the Walgreens or something like that, picking up a prescription. And so what they're speculating is that whoever went in to get the prescription for him either got the fentanyl or whatever that he ingested, or I mean, I don't know. It could be somebody in the back. Because they can make calls real quick. They can make a call real quick. Hey, so and so is on this particular prescription. If he comes to your store, make sure such and such happens. I don't know. I don't put it past evil. But yeah, he seems to be somebody just that doesn't get touched. So, good evening. Good evening. You said, and yes, this is all facts. There was a YouTuber that, sorry, I need to take my glasses off, but I need them on, but I need to take them off to read up close. That they used to take down. His name was Black Child. I believe he was talking about how Jay-Z sabotaged people. One of them was Aaliyah. Black Child had really, really, really good videos. Do you know if he's still around? Is he maybe on Rumble or BitChute or something? Because yeah, he had some really good documentaries. But yeah, I didn't know that he had been calling out Jay-Z in particular. Because to be honest, I didn't really, even though I had stopped listening to his music, I hadn't put my finger on evil yet. I hadn't figured out quite, who he was yet. But yeah, justice for Aaliyah. I hope they find out, what happened with that, because again, we all know that was real fishy. You said they have taken down a lot of YouTubers speaking out on Jay-Z. They did that right before the whole Cassie scandal broke out. Oh, really? That's crazy. So again, that just lets us know that they know what's going on. They know who's who and what's what and what they do, because they have tabs on all of us, whether we like it or not. And they're going to have tabs on their so-called puppets. Yep. That's amazing. He said, yeah, I think you can still find some of his videos if you search Black Child Reloaded. Okay, he explains everything, but his videos are from 210. Yeah, I hope he's still out and about. I just hope that he's on a different platform. I need to look him up. Because yeah, he was doing a lot of exposing. If I'm not mistaken, I know last week or maybe the week before that, we were talking about Capital Steez and some people that were associated with Kendrick. He was one of the people that was doing videos on him. And even going back, if any of y'all remember Holly Hood, she was a real big exposer of hip hop and kind of what they're doing behind the scenes in the industry. Now, I believe that she was a rapper in some sort of group. Please forgive me, I don't remember exactly who she was affiliated with. I went to look her up a few years back and then realized that she had passed away, and supposedly of cancer or whatnot. But again, she was one of the ones that had outed Diddy early on, and Kim Porter and all that mess. So it's just, you just never know. You just never know. Hey, Divine Feminine. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I've been missing. I was like, where's she at? I haven't seen your name in a minute. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, R. Kelly was definitely the first. They made an example out of R. Kelly, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been made an example out of, but y'all let him go on for all these years. Y'all let him go on for a very, very long time. And all of us knew, I mean, I grew up in a good time. I was around, Video Soul era, where him and her wore the matching outfits, and they had let everybody know. Oh, well, I don't know, say they let everybody know they were married, but that's when T came out that they had gotten married, and then it got annulled. I was there with that whole thing. When I was in college, that's when the video of him with Sparkle's niece dropped. And I ain't gonna lie, that video circulated while I was at a party one night, and they showed that mess. And so, and I don't even think that we knew. I don't want to say we didn't know it was wrong, but I just don't think anybody, I don't want to say I don't even know what words to use right now, y'all. I don't know what words to use. I don't want to say that we didn't care, but it was almost like we didn't care. And that's sad to say, but I don't think that we knew the severity of that type of a crime. We know obviously 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and all that kind of stuff, but uh, it just made it was kind of out there like it was okay, as if their parents were okay with it. And, I guess we just turned the other way. But, and then I'm seeing, speaking of Jay-Z and young folk, I don't know if this was old news or just came out, but his supposed son, the one that has been trying to request a DNA test, he's gotten his car shot up. They put 6 bullet holes in his car trying to get at him. And so you have these elites with a lot of money who don't mind putting a bag for your head. And that's just a shame. That's just a shame. Um, Sorry, I don't know. I don't think I read the rest of it. R. Kelly was first, Diddy was second, and Jay-Z is third in line. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I sure hope so, because the way it's looking, he's coming out unscathed, and I really don't like it. I ain't gonna lie, I do not like it. And I see that Diddy's lawyer has quit. I don't know what the heck they saw or what made him finally say, this is the straw that has broken the camel's back. You said, and ain't Jay-Z have dealings with Diddy and a whole album with R. Kelly? Yeah, did a whole album with him. I don't want to lie and say he did too, but yeah, he definitely did an album with him. I think they called it The Best of Both Worlds, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, videos and all that. So I don't know. And why would Jay-Z say that he's not friends with Diddy? Is he now I'm just mulling around this whole idea that he might be the mole. Is he just around this man so that he can gather intel? Is he just, making dealings with him just so he could kind of like a handler? They say keep your enemies close. They're watching all of us everywhere you go. You're so exposed today. Oh, I know. I know. I know. Watching us through the phones and laptops and cameras on the street corners, and we don't even know if all these birds are real. I mean, it's just so much going on. It's a RIP Hollywood. I hope so. They had a good run, but a lot of exposing's going on, and I guess we just got to wait and see what all happens. He said, yeah, nope, Jay was super close with both of them, and they have collabed many of times, but Jay and Diddy were closer. Yeah. I think I told y'all, if I'm not mistaken, I think I told y'all that I saw a comment where somebody said that they had went to some kind of museum, and I think they were doing some kind of music honor, and she said that every picture that was up there was Jay-Z and Diddy together. Like Jay-Z in pictures, they were together in pictures. So if they're not friends, okay. But they doggone sure work together. Heavy. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you are well. You said Hollywood is a solid name. I'm not gonna lie. Yes. And she did her thing on the videos. Her videos are still up. I would go check them out. She exposes a lot. She had a lot to say. And again, she was an insider in the industry. I believe she even was speaking on Africa Bambaataa, which turned out to be a pedo. And you had that guy, Hassan, what's his name? Hassan Campbell had came out speaking about how African Bambaataa would have all the guys in the neighborhood coming up there to his house. And I guess he would be playing video games with them, and then slowly but surely he would be watching, the corn. Or I hate that we cannot use the words that we want to use. It's so corny. But they were watching corn. He would start watching corn with them, and then it sounded like they would all be in the room playing with themselves, and then that's how he would groom them, and then he would start playing with them. So she spoke a lot about that as well. So it's just crazy. You said, yep, my hairdresser's boyfriend was selling them at the shop. It was basically kitty corn. I know, right? It was, and I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry that I'm sorry about that. But that's exactly what it was, and it was circulating like hotcakes. Yeah, they know everything their puppets do and don't want anything being exposed until they've used them up. Yeah, because it could. And again, glad you said that because I believe that Prince was quoted as saying, "Dang, the devil came to collect," as if he thought he was going to get away with the oath that he made a long time ago. Like the devil was just going to overlook him and let him live out his life and maybe, I guess, die of natural causes. I don't know. But the devil came to collect. Hey, nope. Good to see you. Good to see you. You said Jeff got more manners than you. I went straight up to info dumping. I'm trying to stay around so that I can, give out the information. I don't like being censored. I'm not in my real life. I'm not a censored person. I'm pretty blunt, pretty straightforward. I'm not saying that I'm not like that on this app, but I'm definitely a lot more reserved. Just so we can have these conversations and as many people can be warned about, what's coming, as many people can get right with the Lord as are willing as possible. That's my only I feel like that's my only job. He said, I also think that they have to reveal their puppets' nasty ways in a ritualistic way so they can only release info at a particular time. Yes, absolutely do it by the numbers. Man, I hope y'all enjoy the video I just dropped because that's exactly and I literally watched a whole movie. Well, I always do. I always do for this research, but the movie that I watched, and you'll see it um, if any of y'all seen it, it's called Clout. I watched it for the research, and you can see how close what happened to Jackie O. And when she made that movie, I didn't do the numbers. Like I told you, I don't do the number thing. Somebody else can do it. I believe I told y'all that Call Me Kinfolk. He did 2 videos on DC Young Fly, a matter of fact, about it. And like you said, they wait for a particular time, a particular day. They wait for a particular birthday, a particular age. It's like weird stuff. Yeah, you're right on. He said, there's no we in this. There are very real subcultural practices that certain segments of Black folks take a benign acceptance to. Yeah. Yeah, true. True. That's why I be telling y'all I'm not into, you know, color and we did all that. Nope. Nope. I'm on the Lord's side. And if you ain't on that side, ain't no we. Freddie B, you said 50 Cent will get his sooner than later. Okay, so you think 50 Cent is see, I'm kind of on the fence about 50, right? Because he's really good at exposing things. And I was kind of wondering, okay, why is he so hard on Irv Gotti and trolling and doing all this kind of stuff? But I also think it's because he knows things that maybe we don't know. Like I didn't know that he thought that Irv Gotti had something to do with him getting shot. And how he was upset about pretty much Irv taking everybody's masters and selling them off, making a big old fortune, and then had the nerve to give it to, I'm not gonna say had the nerve to give it to his family, but come on now. Come on. I understand your family got to eat and all that kind of stuff, but you're doing it on the backs of people. You don't have a problem starving your so-called artist so that you and your family can eat, even though they are the brains behind a lot of this stuff. Like Ashanti, Ashanti write her own music. She ended up having to re-record her music just so that she could get her publishing. And then but you're able to leave your family with $300 million, and they ain't wrote not nan song. Yeah, I would have to run up on somebody for that. You said, yeah, that R. Kelly situation was the tour. It was crazy because Kelly quit because he said that Jay-Z had people trying to shoot. Oh, really? Shoot him when he gets off stage? Whoa, I think I might have missed that. And like Kanye said, he got killers out here, and that's a shame. Somebody do something you don't like or whatever, or you want to just take their riches and keep it for yourself, and so you don't have a problem offing people. Trying to shoot him. Oh man, that's crazy. He said about Aaliyah though, I just realized that Aaliyah was messing around with Jay. Do you think that's why she passed? So I don't know. So from like, yeah, I saw her in pictures and things like that, but from what I saw or from what I've heard is she curved Jay. She wasn't trying to be with him. Like, I think he was trying to be all up on her, and then that's kind of what we see in the pictures. But at the end of the day, she ended up choosing Dame Dash. And I hear that's why Jay-Z, his jealousy came in and had her done away with. Because how dare you not choose me, you know? And then next thing you know, he got Beyonce on his arm. Um, I think that I'll say this. I think that he did have something to do with it. Just kind of based on just circumstantial, things, but just hearing how he moves, I don't see how one of them somebody had. I don't think it was just sorry, I'm stuttering, y'all. Let me get my thoughts together. I think it was a setup. Because what pilot is going to get on a plane himself coked out of his mind? Are pilots doing that? Knowing that you could kill yourself? No, I don't think so. And then they said that she was drugged in order to get on the plane. It's just a lot of drugging going on. There's a lot of drugging. And she had a dream before she passed about, passing away in the airplane. Sometimes the Lord will send you premonitions so you'll change your way, you know, decide on a different way. But sometimes we don't know. Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I have an article I can send you guys. It's the Ledger in Tampa, Florida. It predates Aaliyah's accident and everything that played out. Yeah, I would love to see that. I will definitely love to see that. Hey, Edison, how are you doing this evening? I hope you're well. You said yes for sure. I've seen a lot of how Aaliyah was getting over Dame, DMX, and Jay didn't like that. Yeah, and I don't even think because I think DMX was more of a protector with Aaliyah. I don't know if he was trying to get at her like that. Um, but I don't know. It just seemed like she was just so loved that they wanted to pass her around, and I don't know if they actually did, and I don't know if they didn't, but they damn sure wanted to. Excuse my language. Yeah, that's so sad. You said where did I drop the movie? I dropped it on Patreon. Yeah, it's on Patreon. So all can see that. Yeah, they're not gonna let me they're not gonna let me keep dropping what I'm trying to drop on YouTube. He says celebrities don't die, they just kill off the character and play another role. How don't you know this by now? Yeah, I've seen that too. I've definitely seen that too, how they have um, just the old pictures of celebrities like Nicolas Cage and stuff. You're like, Nicolas Cage from the 1800s to the 1900s to 2000 looking the same. Or Taylor Swift looks like quite a few celebrities, quite a few of them. And then even she even looks like Anton LaVey's daughter. It's just weird stuff, that happens. But again, we know they cloning folk out here. So I know these things, but we're gonna talk as if everybody don't know, So keep on spreading the information so we can inform folk. Yep. He said, "Oh, for sure. I've seen it in so many libs. I really believe Rihanna takes over Aaliyah." Really? I don't. Yeah, that's crazy. And I don't see how, because Rihanna. I mean, Rihanna's very beautiful, but she's not. I think everybody knows that if Aaliyah wasn't gone, she'd be on top. Beauty, and I know they're trying to slight her. I've seen a lot of Instagram posts and stuff like that, trying she wasn't a vocalist and all that kind of stuff. You obviously, you ain't listening to her music. He said Aaliyah is playing the role of Natalie LaRose now. I feel like I've heard that name, but I don't think I've heard that name, but I don't know where from. Because that's not the chick that played her in the movie, is it? And I didn't watch that movie. I haven't watched that. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna watch them do Aaliyah like that. He says, so whatever happened with Aaliyah is weird because I work with celebrities as well. I work with Cardi B and I had to sign an NDA, but usually you sign an NDA before an event, so not after a crash. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that is fishy. That's very fishy. And I feel like it's got to be certain circumstances. Because if y'all know the ones that are on Patreon, y'all know what movie I worked on, and I didn't have to do nothing weird. I didn't have to sign anything. I didn't have to drink no blood. I didn't have to do nothing weird. And so I'm wondering, what circumstances have to be there for all that to take place. Because like, why would Cardi B need to? Why would you need to sign a NDA for Cardi B? You know what I mean? Like, what is she doing that you got to keep it a secret? He said, yeah, the plane accident is even crazier because eyewitnesses said that they said the plane just blew up midair and then nosedived. Oh, it blew up first? Oh, I hadn't heard that. Yeah, I knew I heard that it nosedived pretty much right after takeoff, but dang, blew up in the air. And I'm not surprised. And did they ever find out? And I want to say they didn't even find the black box on that one. Yeah, there's a lot of strange things surrounding that. And that's just sad. And her mama, none of her family says anything, not a thing. And remember when I don't remember who said it. I don't remember who said it. I think some assistant that was working that said that Aaliyah's mama was also sleeping with R. Kelly. Like, these people are not saying a word about what happened to their daughter. And the bodyguard that lived ended up dying 10 minutes into the emergency flight. Whoa, to the hospital after drinking water and the IV nurse gave him. Whoa. No, I hadn't heard any of that stuff. That is wild. My. It said, look at the publishing date when it was first published as 4 months off to her date. They tried to change it, but I'm trying to bring it back with the Wayback Machine because there's no way it's a glitch. Yeah, I know, right? On some Mandela effect type of stuff. They want us to think that we're crazy. They really want us to think that we're crazy. They do this. They switch up stuff, and you're like, man, I thought I remember it being a totally. And then you're second guessing yourself. Like, wait, did I really see that? Mm, 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 mm. He survived though, and he was going to make it. He said that on his charts that he had a chance of survival. Yeah, they couldn't leave any witnesses. No witnesses at all. He said, yep, the pilot, her bodyguard. I have photos of the bodyguard coming out of the crash. If you guys want me to send that article, he looked okay. And another person lived as well. And he was trying to, hold on, I got to see the rest of your comment. Okay, I'll wait till you post it. Yeah. No, that's great. No, you gotta come to where we at. I gotta, yeah, because I gotta see that. Mm, 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 mm. This is a mess. What you think of cloning or know about it? Cat Williams said they cloned Jamie Foxx. I have 2 videos on cloning. I have 2 videos on cloning. Um, from what I've seen, is real. And even Bill Clinton had to get up during a press conference one time and say, listen, we got to stop human cloning. Nicki Minaj, and you'll see it in the video if y'all go watch it. Even Nicki Minaj tweeted, stop human cloning. Like these people know. Drake got a song where he's talking to his mama saying, mama, they cloning me. So Britney Spears has a whole video of her in the cloning centers, destroying the cloning centers. What do I know about it? I know that they can do it in a number of ways. They can do it from, from an embryo type of thing where you're a baby and then you grow up. They put you in a tank and then they can grow you up that way, or they can do it with a full blown body. With sleeves, I mean, just so many weird things. They can take your consciousness out and put it into these sleeve bodies, and then you're pretty much just like the movie Surrogate. Just like the movie Surrogate. I've heard that they can clone you with the proboscis of the vril, where they insert it into your eye, and then you pretty much get taken over, like demonic possession almost. I've so many different things about cloning, so it just depends on where you want to start. But from what I've seen, I think it's real, because why would they be talking about it? And the lady, go watch the video, y'all. She admits that they've already cloned babies, and they've got a couple that they, I guess, were experimenting with, and she's like, the baby is walking around, and they can't reveal the identity of the child, obviously, but what they do is they take your DNA, they strip out the nucleus out of it, and then they can take, it doesn't even matter. They can go take a sheep DNA and then inject it into that nucleus and then put it back into the mother and then birth it. There's so many different ways that these people do that. And the movie, oh my goodness. Well, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. The Boys from Brazil shows exactly how they do that. And I showed that in the video as well. I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't seen they cloned Tyrone, but I just don't think that they would make a video. I just don't think they will make a whole movie. They clone Tyrone, and then Jamie Foxx is, he Jamie is claiming that he didn't say he's cloned, and he's acting like he don't know what's going on. But I think maybe he's felt like he's spoken too much already, and his life is already in danger, so he ain't gonna say it again. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, some of these people just look totally different. Even Kodak Black. Remember when Kodak Black looked totally different than when he looks these days? Go back and look at the old pictures. And we already talked about Gucci Mane last week. So, yeah, Taylor Swift, poor girl. She's a clone. She looks very different than when she first came out. Yeah, she's like almost this. I mean, I don't know if it's because she's older, right? Because when she first came out, she was a teenager. Now she's in her 30s. But yeah, they've got her it, almost like this sexy bombshell type of deal. But she looks like a lot of the old school actresses. Like they keep having the same face. Like they use the same faces over and over again. I don't know, y'all. Mm-mm. He said Riri has a pearlescent body of work. She's actually underappreciated. I I enjoy Rihanna. Um, Obviously, I enjoy Rihanna. I'm not gonna say, she's had some good hits over the years. So I don't totally dump on her. Yeah, I don't totally dump on her. I just don't think she's a vocalist. I like her voice, but I don't think I wouldn't put her on par with Aaliyah, but she does have some good music. Good to see that. Yeah, and post over there because I'd like to read and see things. So I appreciate that. Yep, they definitely recycle them. I think Bay was once Lana Turner. Wow. And I don't even think Lana she wasn't how do I say melanated, was she? She was a white lady, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, Bay is almost a white lady. But yeah, didn't she die? She get shot or something like that? Yeah, this is crazy, y'all. You said that girl ain't beautiful. She got such a large forehead. She's prohibited from going 2 miles from any airport because traffic control has mistook the forehead for the landing strip many times. Oh goodness. Listen, I mean, I think she's very beautiful. I don't know if y'all ever watched Kevin Samuels, but he always when he did his little rating scale, he always put Rihanna as a 10, um, Kelly Rowland as a 9, and then Beyonce as an 8. And then he said that Saweetie was an adjustable 6 because you couldn't use 7. So she's pretty. She's very beautiful. I'm not gonna talk down. I'll just leave it at that. No, that's a good take. I can see Rihanna taking over Aaliyah's spot. I think the trick is the modern celebs are weaker clones than the original. The farther from the original, the weaker the replacement. That can make sense. But they're just nowhere, they don't look anywhere alike though. I guess that's my only thing. She don't look nothing like Aaliyah. Not even the same height or nothing like that. So, you said, and then I'm done. Then I'm done after this. This is my mic drop. I want you guys to look this up because I found it. Beyonce and Jay-Z had a land in Bahamas, so they have control and they sold their land. I think I did hear about that. And the question is, why would they sell their land? Now, I know what the elites do on these islands with these human hunting parties and all that good stuff. I shouldn't say good stuff, I just a figure of speech, but why would they? That's my question. He said, Rihanna's personality reminds me of Aaliyah as far as getting what they both need to get done and going on somewhere. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. They kind of just stay in their lanes and don't try to do too much. This is crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna send you an article about the people from the Bahamas that were talking, and they said it blew up midair. That's so scary. It's scary because you don't know if you're being plotted on because you've got to a certain level and now they want to tear you down. And that's why I wouldn't want to be anywhere near these people. I wouldn't want to be friends with these people. I wouldn't want to be family members with these people because they don't care. They'll take their mom out. They do not care. He said, I think they recycle all them people's skin suits. That's so nasty. The next person plays the character once the one in the skin suit rolled is up. Yeah. Because so when Donald Marshall was speaking about it, he said not only do these clones feel, I'm sorry, not only do the real people feel what's going on in their clones, they also make them do like fighting like gladiator style. He said that they have arenas that they from my understanding now, I think they astral project there because he talks about how they go there in their sleep. And I'm like, when I was first watching it years and years and years ago, I just took it for what it was. But now that I know, I'm like, they might be astral projecting. They go to and they have them fight in these coliseums. And what if they get sliced up, their real body gets sliced up. And they said that they used Britney Spears' body as pretty much a prostitute. Like they passed her body around, around, around. And then I hate to say it, but look at Britney Spears right now. Britney Spears looked like she's been, I don't want to say this out loud, but she looked like she's been having sex for days and days and days. Like she looks all thrashed around. She looks messy. She just looks messy. Her hair is always frazzled. Her makeup is always like smudged and stuff, like she's been having rough sex. I just don't know. There's some crazy stuff going on out there. Yep, no black box. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that's what I heard. They use makeup, mask, bodysuits, and high tech face prosthetics. Hollywood is nothing but illusions and distractions from real life issues. Oh, I know, and I haven't even put together a video yet on them skin suits, but those things are for real. You would never know. You would never know that what these people look like under these skin suits. They're really good. They're really good at it. Masters of disguise. Yep. And even the whole deep fake thing, they've gotten so good with this technology that we wouldn't even know if these people are alive or dead that are on the screen. Because again, a lot of these people they say have died a long time ago, but we still see them as if they're walking around. They can do these holograms as well. Remember when they had Tupac on stage rapping? Stuff is crazy. We are in the year 2001. Basically, again, the government recycles the years to keep disorder. I mean, I hear that we would not even know what year for real we're in because they've changed the times so many times. From the calendar, there's so many different calendars, the Julian calendar, Gregorian calendar. We don't know up from down for real. And I think one of the main reasons why they would do that is so that we don't know what time that we're in. Because the Bible has a countdown. It gives you the dates like, okay, such and such years, this is going to happen. And then in 1260, days, this is going to happen. It tells you. And so they don't want us to know exactly where we are in the timeline. We just got to be paying attention to whatever clues that we were given in scripture. That's going to be the only way that we know. So look at all the aviation accidents going on, and they don't add up because I am trained in aviation, and none of these things happen if you are alert at what you're doing. And yeah, this has been the freakiest. I feel like almost every day we see that there's a plane crash happening. And I saw somebody in the comments say, well, there's hundreds of plane accident or aviation accidents that happen every year. So why are they just now telling us about, all these particular ones? And I'm like, okay, so I looked it up. It's not even hundreds. It's actually thousands a year. So why are we just now hearing about, I mean, every other day there's a plane crash on the runway or in the sky and it's falling out. What is going on? And then I'm starting to think, okay, well, who the heck is on these planes? Because one person, I think her name is, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's Kaya or something like that. I don't know what it is, but she was supposed to be some type of activist. And I'm like, okay, so now it makes me want to start looking into these victims to see if they had been trying to make a change. Because, they don't like that. Anybody who's trying to do well, put their community on, they do not like that. And so, my antennas are definitely up. Yeah, I just don't. 2001 all over again, and not just 9/11. More than that. Oh, I know. And how did I don't want to. If it's real, I apologize. But the Delta plane that got found upside down, how in the heck did that happen? Like it almost looked fake to me. Not saying it is, y'all. I'm just saying it almost looked fake to me because like, how the heck did that happen? And we know that, what happened in September of that year was an inside job. And we know that them demolitions was set off in those buildings, but we can't talk about that. But hopefully y'all seen the videos. And hopefully y'all know that most of the people that they had interviewed on the ground and said, well, no, that's not what I saw. I saw this and this happen. Or the people that were in building 7 said, oh no, I heard some bombs go off in the building that I was in. And a lot of them people passed. A lot of them people passed away mysteriously after what they said that they witnessed. And then when you look at the wreckage, I digress. As sad as Aaliyah's untimely death is, she was born into a satanic family that was into the music industry. Her uncle is shady, so her death was bittersweet. Dang, was her family satanic? And that's the thing about it. These people, yeah, these people do. A lot of these people are born into satanic families, and you would never know it. And they offer their people up. Yeah. Mm. Chick-fil-A used to be without the K, and the cows used to spell chicken differently. And I'm old enough to remember this. Yeah, they spell chicken with they didn't spell it with the C, if I'm not mistaken. Like they spelled the first C, obviously, but not, it wasn't Cicken. There was no C in the middle. To be honest, I actually haven't even paid attention to how Chick-fil-A is spelled these days. I just be grubbing. Yeah, a lot of things like they talked about a lot, like the Bernstein Bears and Febreze and all kinds of stuff that they've talked about has changed over the years. I think it was named after Mandela because of the years that they said he was in prison, and then later on, or no, no, sorry, let me backtrack. He had supposedly died. You know what? Let me not mix this story up. I want to say he was dead, but he wasn't dead, or he wasn't dead, but he was dead. Stop one of the two, and it had changed over the years, and so they named it after him. Now I got to go back and look at that because I'm all mixed up. But I knew it was something funky with him. Can the King, they keep on trying to play with us. I remember this too. That's so funny. Yeah, they think we crazy, but we're not. Oh, you know what? Now that you're writing it out, you're right. You said, wait, hold on. Now I'm pissed off. Chick-fil-A never had a K. You're right. It did. It's spelled just like you have it spelled right there. Mm. This is, yeah. Why do they want us? They want us crazy. And I'm not going to do it. Said I think I think they get a kick out of it because we remember reality and they act like it never was. Yeah. Because if you do that, you can say and do anything. They can make the future however they want to make it. Just like they've changed history, and you would never know it because I mean, who can prove what happened back in the day? I said, what the fuck? Jamie Foxx was definitely cloned because he got sick in 2022 to 23. He looked like a whole lot different. Now he looks cracked up and doped up. Goodness gracious. It's sad because he's a handsome man. I actually haven't seen him lately. No, I thought I did just see him. Yeah, they be doing something to these people, but only to the people that speak out because Jamie was walking in the parties with a camera, so they knew he knew too much. That's a shame. He said they definitely do because notice how half of the world remembers these things exactly. Yep. But then, uh, yes, you literally have to have old memorabilia in order to prove what was going on back then. If you've thrown those things away, mm, it can just be anything. There's a military base in Texas that took soldiers' DNA to produce copies of them. Oh my goodness. In the early 90s, there was a major and a sergeant who blew the whistle. Both died of natural causes. You're right. Exactly. Mm. And that's why that stuff is dangerous, right? Giving people your DNA, giving people your blood, and all that kind of stuff. And no shame if because then, obviously we've all had to do something, but dang, they be tangling us up in their mess. Mm. What do you think is worse, cloning or uh, I don't know if that's supposed to be a acronym, CRISPR. Both are Antichrist, but you know, 'cause I don't know what that is. I'll be honest. I don't know what is that a CRISPR? I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to enlighten me, please. Oh, I remember that. You said Kanye's video Famous shows all of their clones. Right. He did put that out there. And it had like Kim K in there and Donald Trump and a few other people. Was I don't know if Rihanna was there. I want to say she was. Yeah, that was a weird, weird video. But he sure was showing us. Mm. And I don't know if they I don't even know if they're volunteering to do this. Cause like you said, they snatching DNA at the military bases. So I don't know if these people are willingly allowing their clones to be made. Because when Kevin Hart speaks about it, he was all smiles. Like, yeah, there's three of me. Like, okay. Mm. Yeah, I think yeah, mm-mm. I don't know if they're voluntarily doing this stuff. Ms. Kosar, some of these people are delusional. I've had some people deny the reality of this when you bring it up an example or two. People don't want to believe. Um, yeah, they don't want to believe stuff because then it's gonna because then it makes you rethink your whole reality, your whole not your whole existence, but you know, it makes you start questioning. Like, wait a minute. And a lot of people don't even want to. Like a lot of people get upset with rabbit holes and conspiracy theories. It's too much for their brain to handle. They'd rather just deal with other things. They don't want it to be true. It can't be true. They don't want to touch it. Please don't tell me that Cam the King. Please don't tell me it was Fort. You said it was Fort Sam Houston was on that sketchy crap. The military funds a lot of sus ass black projects. Oh my goodness. I'm sad to hear that. I'm sad to hear that. You don't know how sad I am. I'm very sad to hear that. He said, Kim the King, maybe they are clones too. I definitely remember these things that they say isn't real. That's true too. Maybe they're clones. That'd be crazy, right? You're the clone, but you making other clones. Kodak Black got cloned at least two different times because now this new clone is literally like it's eating on the street and pavement and not even saying complete sentences in English. Double Bob. I'm sorry. I know that's not funny, but I did see something about Kodak doing that. I didn't look into it, but dang, for real, he's on the street just uh, I don't even know what to say. I'm actually at a loss for words. I'll have to come back to that one. I'll have to come back to that. You say either that or the sorry, cracking up. Cause why? Why? But you know, they did say, okay, so what I have heard is that you have to watch these clones. That's why they have to have handlers because they'll reach out and start biting people or they'll just be, you know, just flip out and do crazy stuff. So I did hear that you have to watch them. So maybe where the heck is his handler at? He's out of control. You say either that or they are just obedient workers, slaves that accept whatever they are told. Yeah, because 'cause they're getting fed, you know? Um, they're getting fed and shoot, their family, they probably getting threatened and stuff. Like, "If you don't do this, we're gonna take out your whole family." You said a 10, that man is generous. That's what he gave her. He was like, "She's the finest of the fine." So hey, I don't, who am I to say she's not? He said, "Talking to people looking like other people, how about nepo babies and that Justin Trudeau looks like Fidel Castro in that conspiracy?" I actually hadn't even looked into it. I hadn't heard anybody say that, but now that you say it, wow, they look like the same exact person. And isn't Justin Trudeau, isn't he married to, he's not married to Trump's daughter, is he? Sorry, I get some of these people mixed up because not to be mean, but they be looking alike and they act alike. So, and I'm not really that much into politics to, be keeping tabs on these people. But I wouldn't be surprised because because they do that as well. They have babies and then they send them to other, countries to rule and all that kind of stuff. And we would never know because, who are these people? Lana Turner was white, but kind of looked melanated in some patients she died of. Oh, I ain't gonna go orophageal cancer, neck cancer. Okay, thanks for letting me know because I would not have known that. Okay. I might be thinking about somebody else then. I know who Lana Turner is, but I don't know why I thought she died of a gunshot. These clones be tweaking like Shaq freezing up for minutes on live TV. Yeah, Shaq, shoot, Draymond Green, seen him freeze up. Al Roker, man, that was bad when he froze up. They were looking at him like, okay, they just had to cut cut the commercial or something because mm-mm, that's crazy. So they have to have some type of, I'm trying to think what would the clone be made of that they would freeze up like that? Because that to me, that would be more like a robot, you know? Mm. Oh, okay, you said not in the looks, but the aura and type. Okay. Okay. So for example, Chris Brown, Usher, Mario are all the same aura and type, different looks, different degrees of talent, but same. Okay. Yeah. They recreate what they know works for sure. Yeah. I don't even know if I can read this next one. Y'all are so silly. Jay-Z took that girl's coochie. Before she was old enough to buy cigarettes, he had signed the contract and gave me the behind. I'm gonna say behind or fly out the hotel to the last floor. Yeah. I mean, he definitely like him young. I don't know why we're looking over this because his mama had to be 16. Foxy Brown, even though she claimed nothing happened, but come on, girl. Beyonce was young when he got with her. I mean, it's just, I hope he goes down. He said Usher's dead inside. Y'all seen him at the Met Gala and those black eyes. I didn't see it. I didn't see the Met Gala. I just, um, but why not, right? Usher has had to do some strange things for that change. you know? Um, and look, he making his money and all that, but he's he's definitely seen some things. I'll say he's felt some things, and he just keeps his head down and keeps working. When the rumors come out, he don't say nothing. He just keep on working. That's so sad. That's really sad. Do you think the clones have souls or they're lifeless vessels? I feel like they got to be lifeless vessels because how I know how we're made. There's something totally different. Yeah, I don't think that those are people for real. I don't know how to classify them because it's a weird concept to even, wrap my mind around, but I just don't see how they could be. Mm-mm. And if I'm not mistaken, even when they clone with the Vril, that person has to die when that Vril takes over. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't see how they could be people. They silenced Chris Brown when he tried to tell the truth. Chris Brown, he still, I mean, I don't know what he said. I've seen him try to speak out, and he's still speaking out to this day, like little subtle drops here and there. But yeah. But Chris Brown is so big right now. I don't even know if I don't say that I don't know if they can touch him, but what am I trying to say? I don't know if he's I don't know if he's in under their thumb. I don't know if he's under their thumb. Because he's been saying a lot. But when you say they try to silence him for telling the truth, what do you feel like? What was he saying at the time that they silenced him? Because I'm only thinking about recent things that he's been, you know, posting. He said you have to watch the Substance movie, Epiphany now. Okay, the Substance movie. Okay, I'm making note. The Substance movie and that's the name of the Substance movie. I'll check it out. If it's on Tubi, I'll check it out tonight. Yeah, they put just so much of this. They put so much information in these movies. So much information. He said, I don't think that they are real unless activated. Yeah, I don't think so. There's got to be something that turns them on and off. There's got to be. I don't know how they do it, but because even what's the guy, the UFC fighter? I think they turned his chip off on live TV one time. Conor McGregor, and it was weird to watch. And it just looks like again, as if these people are robots now that can just be controlled. But if they're sleeves and they have this consciousness they can just put in them and take, I don't know. It's so hard to talk about because it just sounds crazy as heck. He said, man, they ain't passing her around now. She looked like one of the girls that lives in a Red Roof or Super 6 hotel. Oh, I know. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, well, shoot, they could be. Because I think she's trapped. She's trapped in that one spot. She's either in the foyer of her house or she's in the backyard, but I ain't seen her leave. that property in years. And that list is saying she's on house arrest and stuff. So I don't know. And speaking of the list, they claim, I think I saw a tweet saying that they were going to release the Epstein list soon. What do y'all think about that? You think they're going to release it for real, for real? Or if we just going to have to deal with the old list that we've been known about? You said, you ever seen anything from Hunter Biden laptop? I remember seeing his video from an underground Chinese news website that exposed it. There are some damning stuff in there. Unfortunately, I have. Unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, I have. Little kids in lingerie, him doing drugs. Yeah, I've seen some stuff. Mhm. Yeah, unfortunately. And they just let that man off, pardoned to go do it again. Just 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 sick. Just sick stuff. And his daddy liked that stuff too. That's just sickening. Mm, 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 mm. I told y'all a while back that Jay-Z has a song called Hollywood, and he says it's a drug. That's why they are ruthless. I mean, I can imagine, especially if you get to a certain level and you're making all that money and you can go anywhere you want to go at any time that you want to go. And, I I can imagine so. Because what you gonna do? Go back to Marcy Project? I doubt it. You're gonna do whatever you have to do to stay on top. And yeah, and that could mean anything. That can mean anything. There's two groups of people you can't mention on YouTube, or you get flagged, and they both start with the letter J. I know, right? I know. That's a shame too, because it could be the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But you can't say what you want to say. Said Beyonce died a long time ago. Her soul is dead. She has been taken over by Sasha Fierce. Yeah. Yeah, there's she walking. I mean, yeah, it looked like she walking around, but and I don't even know if she wants to turn back. I don't think she can. I don't know what to say about that because I don't want to go the route where I'm saying that these people can't be saved. I think I'm saying that I don't think these people can be saved. And I don't know if she knew what she was getting into when she started practicing this witchcraft. Because if I'm not mistaken, they said Jay-Z introduced her to it. And so, again, you get so powerful that there's no turn back. And they've given her a lot in this industry. She's gotten a lot of accolades in this industry. And again, I just can't even imagine what she has to give up. Speaking of Brittany, I literally right now just looked up on Instagram and she looks mentally gone. She keeps dancing sexual, and there is a whole post of her wearing see-through lingerie. I don't think that she can. I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at her. I don't think she can get out of that role that they have her in. You know, Brittany was that girl. I don't care what you say. Brittany was that girl. And even to this day, everybody's like, I love Brittany. You know, every no one has anything bad to say about her. But she was also enticing to the men. So much so again that they were selling her clone. And she went crazy to the point where, you know, she's shaving her head and I think she had a bat and she was bashing windows. I mean, dude, I guess I'd be crazy too. So I don't know if that's again, I don't know if that's what she wants to do or if that's what she's being made to do. But yeah, it's so sad. Poor Brittany. Poor Brittany. History has been heavily doctored. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And thankfully, we have books and stuff. You know, it's hard to burn all the books, but they will do it. They will definitely because I think they did it with the library in Alexandria, burnt all those books so that we wouldn't know what's what. So they'll definitely do it, but you can still go back and there's still some literature out there that you can read and see what people saw back then and believed back then. And even because we have so many carvings and things like that, because Egypt is very well preserved in what they believed, and we have pottery and different artifacts, you know, but they've done their best. I'll say that they've definitely done their best to hide what they don't want us to know. It's so sad. And then and speaking of that, doctoring history, Kent Hovind. I don't know if I spoke about this before, so I apologize if I did. But Kent Hovind, he had this big movement, I could say. He did all these lectures where he would talk about all the lies that were in the textbooks that we had in schools. And he was exposing them and exposing them, exposing them. And then next thing you know, he was in jail for tax evasion or something stupid. And they had that man in there for like 8 years. And there, you know, we prayed. I was one of them that was prayed heavy. A lot of people worked as hard as they could to get him out. And he finally got out. But it shouldn't have to come to that. You shouldn't be preyed on and locked up and stuff just for speaking speaking facts. So like Neely Fuller said, we only have one birthday, the day we were born. That is true. That is definitely true. And we it is true. And what's crazy is I've heard that birthdays are the most satanic day. I wouldn't say satanic day, but witches use it, I guess you can say. For them, the birthday is the most satanic day. Whatever numbers and stuff are associated with it, I don't know, but so yeah, I've seen a little bit on that. I ain't worried about it though. Every tongue will confess the Lord's name. Even Jay Z, crusty lips will confess. I know that's right, and every knee will bow. Yep. And I can't, and I hope we can look around on that day. You know what I mean? I hope we can look around and see the faces of the mockers and stuff. That like, okay, see, didn't we tell you? Didn't we tell you? You didn't want to listen. You said they definitely are setting a news narrative regarding planes. They are. And but I don't know, it's just like, what is the bigger purpose that they're trying to serve? What why? That's always the question, why? There was a famous theologian in the 1700s that said the history we have been fed is nothing close to the history that took place. Man, I would love to. Well, do you know the name of that person? I would love to see read what he knows. Like point it out. What did? Yeah, that's why I mean, I love history. I like to read a lot of history. That's just sad. It's just sad. Real ones know that almost every aviation accident can be avoided. You are taught to check your plane, every system, and everything before you think about flying. Mm. Someone said that this might be one of the plots they're using in order to bring about the 15-minute cities that I um showed y'all. Because if they want everybody to be living within walking distance of their workplace, walking distance within stores, with your neighbors and stuff like that, there's going to be no reason to fly. And so I see a lot of people already in the comments are like, man, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't flying. If I can't walk, you know, I ain't going. So it just makes you wonder. He said fake. I was at the TO airport. Okay, no, again, I'm not trying to mock it. My question is, how did it happen? How did it happen that was upside down? But no, I'm sad to hear that it was lying on the. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw the picture of it lying on the runway, but it just looked so unreal because I've never heard of a plane on top of its head like that. So no, again, not trying to mock it. Um, I'm just like, how the heck did it happen? That's all. History is written by the victors, or in other words, the people in control. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the people in control are corrupt. He said these plane crashes are psyops, and that could very well be it as well. No doubt. No doubt about it. And unfortunately, again, these people do not care who they hurt. They don't care about lives lost as long as it brings about their agenda. Uh-oh. He said that whole Delta upside down plane was fake, kind of similar to Denzel's movie Flight. He turned the plane right side up, though. Okay. It looked crazy. I'll say that. It looked crazy. You said, and I heard East Passenger is supposed to get 30K. Ooh. Kevin T, I need you to chime in. There, you said that you were on the runway. Were you being offered money? He said, I've heard a lot of people say this too. Everyone that was there are saying that it was already there. Wait, everyone that was there was saying that it was already there. Mm, mm. I don't know what to say about that. Aaliyah family let that happen to her because that was their plan from the start. Ugh, that's scary. To let her get big and then now they live off her riches, off of her music and stuff. Because honestly, I would think, I mean, again, if it was something fishy, I would think that her brother would say more since they were so close, or that's what it seemed. You said oh, okay. I'm old enough to remember him being in prison, and then you said he died and then lived apparently. Okay, see, I knew it was something crazy like that. I just couldn't remember which one, but uh, nah, yeah, it was definitely something about that. They started naming it the Mandela effect. Yeah, okay, now it started to come to me because then when he actually died, they were like, "Wait, I thought he was already dead." It was just crazy. That whole thing is crazy. That whole thing is crazy. He said, "Yep, Aaliyah's family was down. If that is the proof in the pudding, yeah, satanic." They say history is wrote by the victors. There's many accounts of things like famous battles being completely retold from what actually happened to make the victors sound great. Yeah, I really want to know what some of those things were. He said, Edelson said, Cam 100%. Hmm. I think they're trying to rebuild the Nephilim with people's DNA and clone monsters like they did in the Book of Enoch. Well, they're definitely now that I can see that as well, but they're definitely trying to conjure up these old monsters that we've heard about. They're trying to conjure them up, like the Leviathan, the Behemoth. They're trying to, y'all. They're trying to bring about the apocalypse. There's been maps upon maps upon maps showing different creatures, or monsters, so to speak, whether in the sea or whether the ones that walked on the earth that you would think, okay, yeah, a bunch of fairy tales, blah, blah, blah. But culture after culture after culture, writing about these things, making statues about these things. And yeah, they want to bring them up. Mm, not good, not good. I asked the nurse when she took blood from me from a surgery or for a surgery, what they do with the blood after it's tested. She said once a week someone comes to pick up the stuff. Oh my goodness, but couldn't say what they did with it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That'd be one thing I'd be asking. I'm sorry. I would ask if I was, the nurse, like, what y'all do with this blood when y'all take it from here? Because I'm thinking, okay, y'all will probably burn it or whatever. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Someone pointed out that all the clones in Famous were breathing from their stomachs. Supposedly that means they're clones. I don't know. That's wild. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video now. Yeah, that just sounds crazy. They were breathing from their stomachs. I don't know. I'm all trying to breathe from my stomach. I mean, yeah, like when you sing and stuff, I can see, from the diaphragm, but to see that actually, I don't know. Cloning is probably a part of their contract. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, but the way that Nicki Minaj's tweet, it was almost like she wasn't happy with it. Well, obviously, because she said stop human cloning, literally in the tweet. I don't know. Just imagine. I guess I'm just imagining reading a contract and them saying, okay, but we got to clone you. I, uh, 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 no, no, no. Clone me and do what with it? And why? I just wonder. I want to be on the fly, a fly on the wall in these meetings. I want to see if these people are asking questions or if they're just like, okay, I'm down, no questions asked. In my opinion, they took Kanye out in 2018 when the Kardashians started putting him in these wards. Oh, I forgot all about that. Because Kanye looks a little different too, right? I mean, no, when he first came out, he was kind of slim, but he looks different a lot. Like every couple months, he looks like a different Kanye. And then he's so back and forth. You know, sometimes he's exposing and outing people, and then other times he's with the Lord, and the other times he got his wife butt naked on the red carpet. I just can't put a handle on Kanye. I don't know who he's supposed to be. And it seemed like, well, hey, they say it's a Kardashian curse. Everybody that is with them goes crazy. Poor Lamar almost OD'd. You know, Bruce, we already saw what happened to him. The dad, poor thing. I mean, I know he passed away from cancer, but they just seem to be I don't want to say a cursed family, but oh, goodness, it just seemed like a lot goes on with them. And then we've seen Kim bathing in blood, so she's down with the get down. Is that military base in Texas? Is that the same place that has tunnels? And if you Google it, it's Uncle Sam's snuff party, and it has to do with pizza slices. Please, y'all, do not tell me that. But yes, to answer your question, Fort Sam is in Texas. Absolutely. Oh, I do not want to hear that. I'm gonna have to look that up. An Uncle Sam snuff party? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look that up. I'm not happy about that at all. He said, "Was it not crazy that Donald Trump and Hillary were randomly put in Kanye music video?" Yeah. And was it random? That I guess that's my question. Was it random? Or is he telling us something that we might not be ready to hear yet? Because again, we all know I don't even call her Hillary. I call her Killary. We already know what Killary is on. I just don't know about DT. I just don't know about him yet. And I'm not gonna I can't I'm just waiting to see who he is. That's all. I just don't well, I don't think it's for no reason. I feel like almost everybody was in there in that video for a reason. I saw a video of Diddy saying he liked how small of a man Kevin Hart was because he could fold him up like a pretzel. My God, I was going off so much. I had to put some new batteries in. Oh my goodness. Are they shooting again? Um, oh my goodness. Yeah, he's always saying some suspect things, but I don't want to. I'm not going to snicker at Kevin because, from my understanding, I don't know if he does it voluntarily all the time, but they already admitted that one of those times they drugged him and took it from him in that bathtub. It just seemed like Diddy is some type of deviant. Like it's almost like is he even human? He all the stuff that has come out about him. And again, has anybody found out why his lawyer quit? Because I hadn't looked into it yet. But that man said he could not do it anymore. Mm. So he must have. It must be something that he just could not defend. And I don't even know if I want to know what that is. When you enter the military in basic training and MEPS, they give you a ton of vaccines, and half they tell you about and half they don't. Yeah, I heard. I heard. And even, yeah, I heard. And even as a military brat, they make you obviously not as many vaccines as you would do as if, yeah, as if you were in the military, but I've been told that they do that because they're experimenting. They're experimenting on these people. And when you're in the military, you can't say no. What you gonna do? And then before you go off on deployment, they give you medicine to take depending on where you are going. Yep. Yep, yep. He said my uncle working on for Sam. Wait, my uncle worked for Sam in the early 2000s. He was a radiation tech. He said he worked weeks in a bunker. There was the size of a football stadium to take samples from a contamination. Oh, okay. So the bunker was the size of a football stadium. Yeah, the military knows a lot. I don't have to say that. Military knows a lot. I know you said not biting. No, for real. That's what I heard. They definitely bite. You said the demons are trying to attack my Wi-Fi from watching you and commenting. I've seen that happen. I've heard of that happening, and I didn't know if it was true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. We gonna talk about it though? No, Cam the King. The 5 heads she has knocks her off at least 5 points. Oh my. Whoa, okay, hold on. You got me back for these next few comments. Justin is the gay Canadian leader. I didn't know he was that way. He said Canadians call him the Justin's true home. That's terrible. What that man be out there doing? That's a shame. Because when people give you a nickname, you know why people give you nicknames. I'll just say that. You know why people give you nicknames. He said, yeah, I was going to join, but stories from my parents and other family members told me otherwise. I would join, though, if all those unknown vaccines and medicines weren't in the pig. Yeah. Again, it was just never my thing. My parents always wanted me. They're like, oh, you should join JAG. You should be in JAG. I was like, I'm good. I'm good on that. I just got out of the law field altogether because I just couldn't. I just felt like in certain circumstances I wouldn't be able to defend the person with good conscience. I just couldn't do it. And then kind of realizing how these arguments, like you could just, yeah, weak arguments can win and people go to jail and it'd be my fault. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of reasons. Shaq and his foolishness take me out. He admitted to everyone he's fake. Yeah, he's just, but he comes off so sweet, as far as him giving back and stuff like that. So I like him in that aspect. I don't know, too much about him. Sorry if I'm moving around a lot, y'all. Um, in that aspect, but he comes off as very giving to people, and I like that about him. But he is a Mason. He said, "Yeah, I refuses to sign up after I was made aware of some of the things, the very suspect things the military is on. And when you sign that contract, you're literally the military's property." Yep, yep, yep. And I know some MOSs they're they're kind of away from a lot of the foolishness, but yeah, you just never know. And like you said, you can't just get up and leave if you don't like it. You cannot just get up and leave. Mm. He said, "Yeah, I won't. About to do all. Oh yeah, I wasn't about to do all that. Double it and give it to someone else." Yeah. You know how the police check all those chat room for pedos? All they have to do is check them celebrities in California home, and they'll find all the explicit stuff being done with kids. Uh, they don't want to though. No, I can't even say that they don't want to. I bet they have done it already, and they're just waiting for the opportune time. You step out of line, we'll drop that video on you. We'll release those pictures. Because again, they had Hunter stuff. They had Hunters. They knew about him. What? And even wait, and speaking of the Bidens, what even made the daughter come out and say that he had been taking showers with her and all that kind of stuff? What? Because, girl, you kept that hidden for a while. Hmm. He says, "Speaking of Shaq, you seen Real Husbands Shaq rapping Kevin Hart on YouTube?" No, I have to look it up though. Real Husband Shaq rapping Kevin Hart. No, I have to look that up. Sounds like it's some foolishness. Yeah, Kevin Hart seemed, I hate to say this, but he seemed like the pass around. Like he getting passed around. And I don't know if it's because he's little, you know, but it just looked like they're having their way with him. So look, I'm sorry, we gotta admit Danny ran through Usher multiple times. Yeah. Yeah. And then, to be honest, I hadn't even remembered about the time that Usher got sent to the hospital because he had got um ruptured, how do I say? I hadn't even remembered that until I think a couple months ago when somebody brought it up. I was like, you know what? I do remember that happening. And again, nobody batted an eye at that. And he just kept making music and kept making music and he got swept under the rug and nobody said a thing about it until this thing went down. And and even his mama. She might have said one or two things about it, but she stayed hushed all these years. I wonder why that is. You said, did he love him, a young man who can sing? Oh, that's so gross. So gross. Because he had a ball with that making the band with all them boys. He did. He said Usher projected that on Justin Bieber too. Oh, I know. And speaking of that, what kind of I was a little upset to see the other day. I don't know if y'all know who he calls himself J Don now, but his real name is JD McCrary. He's a cousin to Darius McCrary from, Family Matters and whatever foolishness he's doing these days with Sydney Starr. Anyway, really good singer. He played young Simba's voice on The Lion King, and he I just saw now that he's signing to Usher. And in my mind, I'm like, did you not see what happened to Justin Bieber? Why would you sign to Usher? Now, maybe he's thinking, okay, well, Diddy's in jail. Okay. So, Usher, maybe Usher's not on that same thing without Diddy, but I just don't know. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that because there's obviously people still out there. Diddy's crew is still out there. And Q from Day 26 said that they were all in on that stuff. I just don't know. I just feel like he ain't paying attention. I pray that nothing happens to that man because he's very talented. He's very, very talented. He said, nope, that's why Usher got the high pitched voice and the gay boy band vibes. Diddy knows that man's pooper better than the entire state of California. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if he was down like by himself or he was violated. He said it's a requirement in Hollywood to be homosexual. They all gathered in the month of June in San Francisco at one of the parades with colorful flag flags to do bust stuff. Well, or they got to go the route of sacrifice, or they have to go the route of sacrifice. Um, or they can do it all their own. They just might not get as far as they want to get. I mean, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, what's wrong with people just, having fans and them hearing your music and, you maybe have a little bit of money to travel and, buy some nice things, but why you got to be sitting on top of the world? And why would you compromise yourself in order to do that? And they, from what I hear, they come to people that they know come from nothing. So they're almost willing to do anything to get out of their situation. So I don't know. So correct me if I'm wrong. I remember a video Chris saying how they were trying to take him down with the Riri allegations. Oh, yeah, okay. I think I did hear that as well. Uh, and they're not gonna let that, and they're not going to let him live that down. Every time that man puts out a concert or a video, or he wins an award, or tries to win an award, or they try to have him, do a Michael Jackson tribute or whatever it is, they always bring that up. Um, so I can understand. I can see where he's coming from with that. I can see where he's coming from. But they're not gonna let him live that down, even though he's gone. He did some time, and Rihanna has forgiven him. And I think even they said she was beating on him first. 'Cause I don't know. You said the substance ain't on Tubi. Hey, ain't on Tubi, auntie. It's a neurological problem. Probably through some vaccine, like in the clones that controls their nervous system and all muscle function. Oh, I thought it was a movie. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Um, okay. Yeah, I need to check it out. Yeah, I need to check that out. They can control people with it. Mm. See, they got so many things to just, you know, mess us over It's just too much. It reminds me of the interview of R. Kelly of him saying, oh, sorry, of him trying to say they were taking him down and proving him as an example. And everyone said he was crazy and was scared to admit. Yeah, he was saying he wasn't the only one. Yep, he said he was not the only one. I just don't. I wonder why they chose him. Why they chose him to take down. Because hold on, y'all. It's gonna get loud. Oh, I thought my husband was coming here. Um, talking loud. Yeah, because it's not like R. Kelly was saying anything, or not that I remember. It's not like he was saying anything, or maybe he just knows the names of the people involved. Maybe that's why they had to shut him up. I just want to, yeah. Why would they pick him to make an example out of? So they also burned the library in Britain that had books going back millennia. I, yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. Like the links that these people go through is just ridiculous. Sorry, y'all. I had to put you on mute. I knew he was gonna come here talking. Okay. Um. So when in doubt, remember the Bible will never change. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You said I forgot his name, but Galileo's mentor. Okay, I can definitely find out what that is then. Who that is. I feel like I probably do because I want to say I made a video. It's in my video, Atomism and Baal, where I talked about. Yeah, okay, I'll look that up. When you understand that it is they believe about the Goyim, and the more everything falls into place and makes sense. Yeah, that's why I like to read their literature. I like to read what they believe so that I can understand from their point of view kind of what their agenda is. So, he said the blood goes on Tina Knowles' face so she can stay young. Ugh. I mean, yeah. I hate to say she's always looked like a witch to me. Mm-mm. No pork chops today. Actually, I did have a pork chop today. I didn't make it though. My husband had made a pork chop and some spaghetti. I ate that today. That's funny. I do like pork chops though. I really do. Matter of fact, I think I got some more left. He said the cloning contract is probably in relation to when they say they'll own your likeness and name universally or something to that effect. Oh, yep. True. I wonder if they knew that they would be taken that far though. Mm. He said those domes can be miles long underground. Yeah. Yep. At least I think they said the longest, what, 2.83 at least. And then the dumb twos are the underground water bases that are along the shores. And they have submarines that can dock for like 3 months underwater and just sit there. And they can do anything on those submarines. He says someone cloned Nope. We got Nope imposter here. Hopefully they didn't get my homie and steal his gifts. I'm not worried now. He's so silly. He said, I'm on a different device. I'll prove it. I ain't no clone. Ask me a question. Only the real Nope would know. Mm-mm. He said, oh, my heart is at ease now. I thought they got you, man. You're so funny. He said, babies breathe from their stomachs. It makes sense to me that the clones would too, since clones are like new babies, right? The video purposely focuses on them breathing. Weird. Yeah, that is weird. It's weird that they can do it from pretty much any stage of life. And it's just mm. He said, "Would you take the case if you were a lawyer?" Would I take whose case? Did he? No, no, no. No, no, no. After I read Baby Oil, and heck no, I would not defend anything like that. Mm-mm. He said 95 squats to go. You doing squats? 1,405 done. Wow. What you getting prepared for? That's gonna be some strong legs. He said trying to defend Diddy is like trying to defend Lucifer himself. Exactly. I would not. I'd be on the other side doing everything I can to get him locked up. He said, I'd rather defend OJ out of pocket self than Diddy. Really? I mean, did he do it? I don't know. I wouldn't defend now one of these people. Mm-mm. I hope they put Diddy and R. Kelly in a cell together so they can both sit and hurt booties and think about what they did. And yeah, they need to lock them all up in there. But Diddy, listen, I don't know. Didn't they say Diddy had people like waiting on him hand and foot and stuff like that? He might like what's going on in there. He might he might find it pretty swell. If I was Diddy's lawyer, I'd hire people to make up crazy wild stories that aren't true to muddy the water. No, real accusations. I think that's the route the lawyer probably took with all those bids. I don't know. No, I wouldn't want to do nothing to jeopardize it, but something is definitely weird with these cases for real. Something is something's definitely up. Just the way I don't know. It just seems like they're trying to almost make us not believe what these men have been doing behind closed doors. Again, so they can keep on doing it. Because Weinstein's right. Because Weinstein's out, right? Do you think he stopped doing what he's doing, or the people like him? I don't know if he's too old or I don't know what's going on with him, but people like him. If they don't get locked up, you think these people are not still on these islands doing what they used to do? They getting the little fish out the way. They're like, okay, they got their eyes on them. They got the eyes on the hip hop guys right now, so we can continue to traffic and whatever we got going on. Yeah, he said the part of the bunker he worked on was large enough to fit an NFL stadium in with the parking lot. He said he worked down there for like 8 weeks and was always escorted everywhere. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I've seen like whole planes down there. They got whole like trucks and jeeps, and it's a whole world down there. It's a whole world down there. Trump gets a lot of crap, but he reinstated all the military personnel who refused the jab and gave them back pay. Imagine the size of the checks them folks got. That was a win. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely shaking some things up. I'll say that. Some people are mad and some people are happy. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Said Shaq is a true Freemason. They truly do good and evil and think the good balances it out, um, and that both are necessary. Yeah, a lot of people believe that. A lot of people believe that you just have to do enough good to balance out the evil. Um, I've heard that from a different on their channel, a channel that I actually mentioned earlier. I've heard that on their channel. It's kind of wild. I was like, I watch some things that they do, but not the spiritual stuff. Like when they're talking about spiritual aspects, I'm like, no, I can't listen to you on that because we're not on the same page. But yeah, there's a lot of people that think that way. Mm-mm. Joshua, he said best channel on YouTube. Facts. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. My grandfather is a Mason. They do stuff like that all the time. That's why I never let Shaq get to me. Yeah. Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of the Shriners. Like the Shriners here, all the events, like our proms and all that kind of stuff, we did it at the Shriner buildings that they owned, and they do a lot of good in the community and this and that. But then when you know kind of about them and what they do, it's like, can't really back y'all too much. Say this dude from Chicago made accusations Shaq bent over for him in a five-star hotel. Come on. Shaq big old behind. How was he bending over? Uh, are you standing on top of a ladder? Like, I mean, that's just nasty, but that's just crazy. Well, I don't even know what to say about that. A hotel house cleaner found Biden's daughter's diary. She had written about the showers, but it just seemed too coincidental for me. You really left your diary behind. Oh, okay. I didn't know how the information got out. I didn't know that her diary was found, but I don't know. I mean, you're right. You're right. Maybe you think maybe it was like planted there so that it would be found and we could read from it. Ugh, so gross. And why isn't he locked up? Why are we not talking about locking that man up? I know he old as dirt, but he could still go to jail. They put Bill Cosby in jail, and he was with grown women. I don't know. He need to be in jail. Masons are known to give charity, exactly. So it's like again, and just like sororities and fraternities and stuff, you're known for community service. We were at the old folks home and playing spades with the patients there. I was like, are they called patients? I hate to say patients. Okay, that was wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. We did all that. You're cleaning up the highway and doing all kinds of stuff, but mm, all to cover up foolishness. I bought a firearm on Thursday, and on the paperwork questionnaire, there was a section that asked if you were male or female or non-binary. Binary, man, we have gone too far down the wrong path. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to take that away now, seeing as though we're trying to change everything back to normal. Yeah, trying to change everything back to normal, and I see that there's a lot of that community speaking out, especially about you know against the NCAA and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if y'all have played sports. I played sports, and I really am sad for the people or the women really that are having to deal with that because you train really really hard It's hours and hours, grueling hours, mental hours. And whether or not you're just doing it for fun, or if you really want to go pro and you're trying to get scholarships and things like that, that stuff is really important. And to have that stuff stripped away from you, and then they're acting all nonchalant about it like it doesn't matter. Oh, it don't matter. You could just no, no. I would not have wanted to. 'Cause I ran track, and again, I was a dancer. I would not have wanted to run track against no man so he can dust me off. I would have never won any of the awards that I won. I it's just these people are just selfish, narcissistic. It's just a mess out there. But I hope it starts to calm down a little bit. But I see that it's a lot of them really going hard. Excuse me, to try to get this stuff reversed. And hopefully we decide that we're not going back. Katy Perry messed with Justin Bieber too. Justin was passed around to males and females. Yeah, that's so sad because he was an attractive boy, and so yeah, they just took advantage of him. And I didn't know that Katie, but we know she kind of weird too. We know she kind of weird too. I'm still kind of wondering what happened with that. Did y'all see the video of her? And she's in her nursery and she's dressed like a clown, almost on some um what's that lady name that passed away? Oh, gosh, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Nicki Minaj is always imitating her. Nicole, what's her name? Anyway, it was just a weird clip. If y'all can ever find it, I don't know if it's still on the internet, but it's just a weird clip. She's in a nursery and she's just quibbling and crying, and it's just really weird. And then she even had a glitch on stage too, Katy Perry, where her eye was rolling all around in her head like she was a robot. There's a lot going on. What a non I can't even read this. What a non bear. See, this is why I can't even say this word because it's nonsense. What a non-binary know about gun anyways. I thought you didn't like guns and was trying to get them banned. Yeah. No, no, it's just all mixed up. I mean, just all mixed up. The question: the women who lay with all these celebrities that are men who are doing butt stuff with other men are sane women who would be repulsed by the thought of sleeping with a man who screws men. Um, and that's the thing. I don't know if we don't. I mean, are they? Because a lot of these, what are they calling them now? Lavender couples. They used to just be called beards. I don't. A lot of these women are just there just to put on a show. They might have some side pieces on the side. You know what I mean? Because Jada, come on, maybe that's I don't know. Because I guess Alcina end up turning the other way, but that's probably why she be dipping and dabbing because she know Will Smith likes men. So I don't know. And even with Oprah, and how they say, and I don't know if she is, but how they say Oprah and Gail are really together, and Stedman is just kind of there to put on the show. We ain't never seen. They say he live in an outhouse in the back, so we don't know if these couples are really together or they're sleeping together. They might not be, but I don't know. I'm starting to see that a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot of women, but some of these women are down with it. Do you see Dwight Howard just got married? Dwight Howard just got married to a woman, and we've seen him. I keep saying we because I guess I'm hoping that y'all have seen this stuff, but That man has been on camera grabbing a whole handful of franken beans. I don't know if he knew anybody saw him, but I don't know how he could think otherwise. It was a basketball game full of a stadium full of people, and he reached over and grabbed that man's junk. So I don't know, but it could be, money. Yeah, like you said, yeah, money talks. The lifestyle is nice until it's not, and they might divorce, leave, etc. Yep, it's not exactly like they have flawless ethics and morals. Definitely not God fearing women. Exactly. Yeah. Some people get caught up believing God is some weak, loving, forgiving God. They forget the New Testament when thousands of wicked were put to the sword. He's righteous, God as well. Yeah. And you hear that a lot because I watch a lot of street preachers and stuff like that. And they always like, but God is love. It's like, what is the definition of love? Though there's an actual definition that's written, and it's not an anything goes type of action, you know. And one of them is love doesn't lie. So lying to you about who you are and all that stuff is not love. Emotional abuse for those women too. Example, Cassie. I know, and now that's a good example because Cassie, you knew he was getting down with these men, and you still had to. She probably was forced to. I don't know because they're kind of coming out and saying that Cassie was really with the stuff. So I don't know how to put my finger on her. I don't know how to feel about her. Okay, nope. Now I'm confused again. Okay. Wait, The Substance is a movie. The second part of my comment was me also answering the question as to why Sully's just freeze up. Okay, got you. Okay, good. Okay, so I have it written down. I will find it and watch it, hopefully. Um, okay, I got you. I got you. Edison, yeah, I'm noticing a shortage of Bible believing women. A lot of them have been sold this you have to be equal or better than a man idea. Yeah, I don't know where that's and hasn't it does it feel like it's kind of been recent that women have been feeling like this? Or maybe it's just with the internet and we can kind of see and hear everybody's thoughts now because they're putting it all online. But women are promoting some crazy, crazy stuff these days. And I'm not saying again, I'm not saying everybody got to be married. I'm not saying everybody got to have kids. I'm not saying any of that. But it's just weird to get online and start preaching to a whole species and say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't be with these men, you shouldn't, if they don't do this, you got to do that. Like, it's just weird that they're all speaking against men in this way. And I don't know, it's just weird. Have you seen the black and white Jewish videos from the early 1900s about their ceremonies to Baal Hassan? No, I have not. No, no, no. I'll have to look that up though. But I'm glad that they're, being honest about it instead of us reading about what they believe and what they're doing and then denying it. Mm-mm. It's because they have been fed these far left ideas by gay men and women to suppress them from the real potentials. That's why. Yeah, don't worry, though God will correct them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a really hard hitting point right there because these things have been put on a pedestal. And it is so funny that you say that because I've noticed that. Matter of fact, it was a panel of women who were speaking about it. But of course, in the corner was a gay man, and they were eating up everything that he said, everything that he had to say. They were in agreement with it and this and that. But let someone talk about some strong masculine something. They didn't want to hear it at all. They shut it down with a quickness. Yes, it's kind of sad. So, dude, Cam the King, I've been looking into the problem. Supposedly, feminism has its roots in the occult, and it seems not far from the truth. Yeah, I've been seeing that too, Edelson. I've definitely been seeing that. I want to look more into it. I mean, I can see it just with my own eyes, but I want to actually get in their literature and see what they've said and how they've promoted it so far because it's spread like wildfire. Now you get called names if you like men. If you want to be married, if you want to have kids, they call you names. it's, it's the craziest thing ever. And I believe feminism started the downward spiral. It definitely helped. It definitely helped, but um, again, it kind of goes back to Eve. You pounce on the weaker vessel and get her all confused. You know she's going to lead with emotions for the most part. I'm not going to say because ladies, there's a lot of us who are very logical, but we're very emotional too. And we want to love everybody and we want, all that stuff. And sometimes we forget about the right and wrongs of things. You said, Elson, yes, I'm very aware of the cult roots of feminism. A lot of the early founders were self-proclaimed witches and followers of occult groups and secret societies. Yeah. Yep, if not all. If not all of them. And they know how to put this stuff in place. And these so-called gods and stuff that they worshipped teach them how to do these things. Edelson, one of the early founders of feminism, quoted saying, "We must uproot the nuclear family that's founded upon Christian principles." Oh yeah. And you can be mad if you want to, but even BLM had that same quote on their website before people found out about it and they took it down. They were against the nuclear family. So again, those are the kind of things that should raise your little eyebrows. Like, wait a minute, why would you be going after the nuclear family this hard? What about it that you don't like? With the name and the likeness stuff, nope, isn't wrong. I remember Galaxy made a chocolate bar ad with um Audrey Hepburn, like circa 2013, and she's been dead since 93. They use CGI. That's yeah, and they can do it so well. We wouldn't even know, y'all. We would not even know. Have I gotten a chance to research the Hollow Earth yet? Not in depth. Not in depth. I did kind of browse across it, but not in depth. Um, yeah, not in depth. Because what well, let me say what because I did look into because I think some people sent me some caves and stuff to look into, so I did get into it, and to me, I to me that makes sense. To me, Hollow Earth makes sense because if the Earth, again, the Bible says the Earth is so deep we'll never be able to search it out, and if you can make dumbs 2 miles into the Earth, right? And if you can have all these caves in there like they've done it, In this recent video, obviously we know that there's an ocean, within the ocean, but there's a river. There's a river running through the ocean as well underneath. So there's a lot of things that make sense with the hollow earth. So I haven't forgotten about it, but no, I haven't really um just picked out hollow earth theory and got into it. Just kind of the things around it, if that makes sense. The government is more involved with hurting kids than anyone else. I know a guy who used to work for child services. He said they'll take kids from the border and drop them at homes where no one has what? Oh, where no one has to show ID or proof they know the kids. They're basically trafficking kids, is what they said. There's no paper trail. Oh, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely, because I just seen so many videos where they'll literally take your child out your house and then go give it to another family, just like that. They don't like what you're doing, they'll take the child and go give it to another family. They don't do no, yeah. I don't even. It just made my head hurt. You said Hollow Earth is your favorite theory. Now tell me why. Why is Hollow Earth your favorite theory? It just makes sense to me. Yeah, it just makes sense to me. And then the bottomless pit. How you gonna have a bottomless pit if we're on a round ball? No, I have questions. Okay, Cam the King. I'm glad he cracking down on some of these things. I'm definitely glad he's cracking down on some things. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because just the thought of you being fined or put in jail or you lose your job for quote unquote misgendering some that was all that was always stupid. Some of these people really think they look like women or really think they look like men, and you really don't really see if I around and say, yes, sir. You mean to tell me I'm going to jail? Or get fired? Mm-mm. This is for sorority home. Oh, wait, let me do that. Can you see that? It won't let me press it. Okay, I'm gonna get sorority fraternities are more pagan than Rome. Again, like I told you, I still have friends and I just I mean I because on the surface there's anything. So it's hard to and again, these same people don't like rabbit holes. They don't like conspiracy theories. So if you try to tell them about stuff like this, it just seems like one of those things and they don't listen. Um, Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, is all I can say. I hope we all get this wicked and demonic energy away from this generation of kids in these schools. Yeah, absolutely. Because, I just think about my niece and my nephew and all that. I'm like, man, I do not want them to be tainted. Mind you, these pedos are teaching these kids all these things. Oh, I know. And it seems like they are hunting, it's like they hunt them down to hire them and put them in these schools. Oh, you got a crazy ideology? Come with me. I got a job for you. Oh, you like little kids? Oh, I got a job for you. It's but it's on purpose. It's on purpose. Don't forget, Jenny McCarthy literally essayed Justin Bieber on live TV in front of a huge crowd and licked and kissed and sucked on Bieber's neck and grabbed his butt. She sure did. She sure did. And that poor man. And you can tell he's going through it right now. And you can tell that he's going through it. And I can't imagine how embarrassed he is because of all his business coming out. Whether he wanted to or not, whether, they took it from him or not. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, some of the video footage and stuff like that, like the one of him that looked like he was on his knees in front of Odell Beckham, and he looked like he wanted to be there. But then again, I don't know if he's just being made to do this stuff, but just to have all your business out there is sad. Dwight Howard already got exposed for being gay. Ain't some dude come out and say Howard raped him? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to say that word, but I mean feminine gay men are what modern women want. Yeah. I didn't hear about him saying that he was raped. Honestly, everything I've heard about him, it sounded like they knew what they were doing and he was with it. I don't know. But yeah, I think so. But I think I can agree with you on that part. Because again, they want to be the leaders. They want to be in control. They want to be in charge. So you can't have a strong man and do that. Absolutely not. These birth control pills ruin society, and they know it supposedly is spreading through the air too, but I can't verify. Wait a minute. But no, I agree. Yeah, these birth control pills. Okay, wait. Let me ask this. When you say it's spreading through the air, are you meaning this whole feminist mindset is coming through the pills? Because that I feel like that's something deep within itself. That's a whole nother story. Voracious, I hope I said your name right. Hey, where you been at? It's good to see you. It is really, really good to see you. Oh man, what's the topic? Oh man, we've been everywhere tonight. We have been somewhere everywhere tonight. We started off with Cynthia Erivo and her mockery of the Lord. We've talked about moles inside of hip hop, and they're going back and running and telling the elites what are being talked about in the circles amongst the people who are trying to get away from the machine. We talked about the kind of like just people getting set up pretty much. People getting set up in the industry and how they've got tabs on all of us and they kind of just wait to drop it on certain days and certain times to line up with astrology and things like that. Oh man, we've been somewhere everywhere today, but that's a given for us. It's definitely a given for us. Military bases, how they're using our military soldiers and things like that as experiments with these vaccine bays. Yeah, we've been somewhere everywhere. And if you didn't know, I just dropped a new video on the Patreon about Atlantis, Edom, and the Way of Sacrifice featuring DC Young Fly. And if you weren't here in the very beginning, the reason I came upon that topic is because I wanted to know. I came across a video on Instagram, and you'll see it in the video, speaking about DC giving up an offering and how Jackie O was an offering. She wasn't a sacrifice, is what he claims. And so I wanted to know why people use sacrifices in order to gain riches and wealth. And so that took me on a whole, when I tell y'all that was a rabbit hole, that took me on a whole deep, dark hole. It was real dark in that hole. And I tried not to give you guys so much occult, because I did have to read a lot in order to put that video together. But I felt like the spirit was telling me you got to make sure you put as much scripture in there as you can, so that you can see the contrast between that seed and the Lord's seed. So I hope that y'all see that. And I left out a lot. I'll be honest. I left out a lot because again, it was a deep dark hole. But I don't want that in my mind, and I don't really want that in y'all's mind. I didn't want to make it seem like I was teaching y'all the code. I just want y'all to be aware of what they are doing in order to bring about the apocalypse. So anyway, check that out. Yeah. Let's see here. Kathy is an example of right message, wrong messenger. If she's never gonna if she was never going broke, dang, it took it off the screen. If she was never going broke, she would have never said nothing about Diddy. Sad to think about. Yeah, because the way they're making it seem like is she was having the time of her life on those videos. Yeah, they're making it seem like she loved it. You have to watch those old videos. They have these crazy creatures, and they do skits where they pass babies through its mouth through the fire. Whoa. Where would I where would I see that at? Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. I don't. Yeah, I have questions. Nope. Traditional righteous women. Yeah, modern wicked. Yeah, better than, greater than modern wicked women. Yeah. Feminism came from when Eve was beguiled in the Garden of Eden, and that's where it started. Yeah, that's where I think as well. I think most of us would agree that these women are acting like Eve. But it can all be turned around. It can all be turned around. And I think a lot of people are noticing as well though. Because you see a lot of women actually speaking out against it, because they're kind of seeing the direction that we're all heading in. And again, we might get called names for it, but it's just crazy to make someone feel bad for, wanting love and to be nourished by a man. It's just crazy. Feminism was started from a witch who got it from her husband in order to further the spiritual alignment of America back a while ago. I think gypsies were pushing feminism mixed with the occult. Oh, really? You know, it makes sense. Witchcraft was made by single, miserable, bitter women who then made feminism make them feel better. I mean, they're definitely using it. They're definitely using it on the women. They're definitely, I mean, just look how many podcasts there are of women speaking in this way. And it's okay to be strong. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a strong woman. Nothing wrong about wanting to go out and be a go-getter and that kind of thing. I think what we're speaking about is the disparaging of the nuclear family and and motherhood and things like that. And marriage, people are talking, and even men are talking down a lot on marriage. You see a lot of men like, ah, don't get married, don't get married, don't get married. It's like, okay, so you just gonna fornicate the rest of your life? Is that what you're gonna do? And then when you get before the Lord, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say when you get before the Lord? Nope, no. Feminism came from Eve being called and wanting to be like Adam. Yeah, she wanted to be like God too. Um, let's see here. Witchcraft is just demonology stemming from the Nephilim and the one world government. I mean, yeah, I mean, witchcraft was the serpent's doing as well, because Nakash means to practice divination. So they were doing this. This is what Eve got into back in the garden. And 1 Samuel 15:23 says that witchcraft is as the sin of rebellion. So when you rebel against God, you have no other choice but to practice witchcraft, because you're trying to gain knowledge. You're trying to gain knowledge of the world and pretty much godly wisdom. And then you're trying to manipulate that for your own selfish gain. So you want to know the times, you want to know how everything's aligning so that you can do what you need to do so that you can do what you want. It's a lot. We got it too. The origins always matter to why life is what it is now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hollow Earth is my favorite theory because it really does make sense. God has made many wonders. Yep. In the Bible, it says giants are real. I definitely believe he would make a hollow earth. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of almost a given to even believe in giants, because look, there's some people that are really, really tall. Hey, we talked about Shaq for a whole minute. What is Shaq, like 7'9"? One of the giants in the Bible was 13 feet. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a big difference, but at the same time, that's a really tall person. These are really big people. Oh no. Hard to Oh gosh, hard to feel bad for Justin Bieber after he made that N-word joke. Oh my. I know, right? To be honest, I didn't think that they were gonna let him even be as big as he is now when that came out. Yeah, I can't even believe they let him be as big as they did, but he's here. And I don't know if he's changed his mind about it. I can't believe you brought that up. That's hilarious, because I don't even know if people remember that. That's so funny. I said, no, we not finna say he looked like he was on his knees. That man was giving gawk in public and his face had liquid all on. I know. I'm just hoping that it was a camera angle and that, but what gives it away is that it looked like a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of guys at that were standing around in circle watching. And then you see somebody, I think, Trey Songz, like, hey, 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 they got the camera out. And then why would you put a camera in that circle for just no reason? Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I can't. I'm lying right now. Mm-mm. He said both, actually, mindset and the chemicals from the pill in the air. Yeah. I mean, I can see that because they have a way of making medicine to alter our minds, and that's mm. Many soldiers have some brutal stories about being lab rats. I mean, if you've seen the movie Manchurian Candidate, it all makes sense. Yeah, it all makes sense. I mean, I don't think my mom had to do anything like that. She never says anything like that. He said, "Dang, Captain America just came to mind." Mm. He said, "Did you see the news article about the drones?" And the news anchor said the government tests new technology on the US general population before they incorporate it anywhere else. I was like, see, they be saying a lot. They definitely say a lot. Um, but I want to say yes, I did. I want to say yes, I did see that. I just wonder if anybody, if anybody else is paying. I know we're paying attention, but I wonder if anybody else is paying attention. But again, I think we have our eyes open because we do see that these conspiracies are not just theories, and what's been written and what's been talked about for ages is coming true. And so we got our antennas are up. And some people might think, okay, test new technology and not think anything bad about it. Like, okay, yeah, we love new technology. And they want to be the first one to hop on the bandwagon when the freaking chip comes out, and they want to put it in their forehead. And you see them people, I think over in the UK, were already getting scanned in to come to work and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they be happy about new technology. Mm. And speaking of new technology, I have to go back and look because it was on the news and it was real fast, and so I didn't get a chance to clip it or anything like that. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it because it was on the actual TV. But this guy was talking about how they were building data centers in Virginia. And he was all down for it at first, and then I guess he's starting to get a little weary about it. But I could have sworn I heard the news anchor say that every AI search is the amount of one bottle of water. And I was like, why would an AI search use water? And this is in one of the cities where they're kind of building it super techy. They didn't call it one of the 15-minute cities, or they didn't even say it's anything like what they're trying to do in LA, but it's a real techie city that they're trying to build. And I'm like, what? And then I was thinking about the drought in LA. Something fishy is going on. That's all I know. I have to find the article and bring it to y'all because I know it's kind of all over how I'm speaking about it right now, but something's going on. And these data centers are using apparently a lot of electricity and a lot of water. Nope, they probably get these editing and copy and paste human walking around now. Do you remember the guy from South America or something who was a boxer who they mutated his muscles and skeleton? What? I don't know what that is. Mm-mm. They did what to his muscles? Hmm. He won every fight he ever fought. Boxers who fought him said hitting his body was like hitting metal. Oh my goodness. Doctors said his muscle frame was 10 times the normal man's. Oh. Oh, because they're building, well, they're definitely building these soldiers. But no, that's crazy. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking like a Terminator type of thing, where we think that they're human, but they're actually these robots. I know what I did see was a little clip of this Asian man getting attacked by an AI robot. I'm like, didn't Will Smith tell us? And we want to make these things. He said, I mean, giants are real. Yeah, they are. So the Bible mentions them. Giants are definitely real. Definitely. And a lot of when you read a lot about ancient cultures and things like that, they're always speaking about giants. I have never seen a man say he practiced witchcraft that isn't gay, but okay. I've seen quite a few. I've seen quite a few sorcerers. Now, what I have seen is a sorcerer was saying that they wanted him to be a gay ambassador. But no, I actually haven't heard a lot of wizards and things like that talk about being gay. I'm seeing a lot of these false prophets though coming out. Did you see TG Jakes he's over here claiming he ain't gay? All the stuff coming out about him, and then I think I saw a clip of a pastor, he's wearing some pumps, preaching a sermon, and then this low the pastors y'all introduced me to, matter of fact, because I wouldn't have known nothing about him. But Pastor Lovey and some other guy, they've been doing some weird, freaky kinky stuff. Yeah, it's getting strange out there. But yeah, most men don't talk about being wizards and practicing witchcraft. But I've noticed, I'm not trying to be mean, but I have noticed a lot of witches. As far as men are concerned, they're mostly white, unless they're overseas, like the witch doctors and stuff like that aren't in Africa. There's a lot of black ones over there. The Haktua podcast got to be artificially. Sorry, I don't know why I can't read right now. Inflated or something. There's no way that there's that many people that are that far gone. Um, no, there's that many people that are that far gone. Now, I didn't know that now, does she have an actual podcast? I saw a tweet that came up. It's not nobody I follow, but it said that she might have committed suicide. So I didn't know if that was a real thing or if they were just trying to be funny. But she has a podcast. These people crazy. These people crazy. I know there's a lot of lore saying giants can only be killed by copper weapons. We spoke about this last time. Many native tribes have oral stories of them being killed by copper weapons. Wow, no, didn't Goliath got killed by a rock? I don't know. I mean, are they still? I don't know. I don't know if they're still supposed to be around. I miss the days Satanists gathered in dark basements, not on TV screen and music and all pop culture. But that's how you know that the times are coming to an end. Now, I don't know when, right? Because I know that they've said that for years. I know people always bring that up, but we're getting closer and closer for sure. We're getting closer and closer for sure. Music isn't safe anymore. Nope. Nope. They put all their witchcraft in songs. If you don't believe giants existed, you reject history. Early explorers from Spain spoke of battling giants, and newspapers from 18 to 1900s documented them being found everywhere. Yeah, bones and everything. Excavations have always uncovered giant bones. Yeah. And then there's a lot of question behind who built all these big old structures. Mm. It's because I know I'm so separated from the world. It's crazy. I don't consume any mainstream music, TV, or movies. That's good. That's good. Like slowly but surely. To be fair, people love Eminem and Dude got a song dissing black women and saying I'm going to say the N word multiple times, but since he can rap, he gets a pass, I suppose. Um, I don't listen to Eminem enough to know that he does that. So I'll be honest about that. I didn't know that he did that. but I don't listen to Eminem either. Yeah, I don't listen to that man. But it's always you always find it's kind of I don't know what to say. It's kind of always somewhere in the background, right? Because even Mark Wahlberg, I think, got in trouble way, way, way back in the day when he was actually rapping for disparaging remarks. It's almost like if you listen to them long enough, they'll say it. I think the only person that I don't think Vanilla Ice. I think Vanilla Ice has kind of stayed, you know, he stayed cool. Because even not Chris Rock, even Kid Rock has said some crazy things about black people, and he got a black baby mama. So these people like be around and but secretly hate you. It's weird. It's really weird. Can't even turn on the TV without seeing demonic things. I haven't watched a show in months because of this. Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly on YouTube to be honest. So I really, do, I mean, obviously, y'all know I watch movies because I tell y'all about them, but and they're, I try not to watch too much of that kind of stuff because it's just blatant. It's just blatant in your face now. I think all the three-letter agencies should be disbanded and torn down because they doing off stuff like that. They're not gonna do it because the ones that are heading these agencies are down with it. They're the ones pushing the agendas. Even movies, they be having premarital fornication and gay stuff all in your face. Oh, I know. Everywhere you turn, you can't you cannot turn on a TV show without there being, I'm just gonna say a token. It's always that one token. Like there's a movie that I want to watch so bad, and I'm just being honest with y'all. There's a movie that I really want to watch. It seemed like it's a cute movie. And on the trailer, like the little preview that they show, I see Laverne Cox. And I'm like, I don't want to watch you parading around as if you're a female. I don't want to see it with that fake voice. I just don't want to see it. I just don't. And I don't have do what you do. I just don't like the masquerading and then the tricking people. Cause they be bragging about that stuff. Yo, yeah, I tricked him and I got him to I gave him some head and he didn't even know it. Like, you're proud of yourself? Yeah, you are proud of yourself. Why did I even ask that question? You are proud of yourself for being a deceiver. It's crazy. Conspiracy theory means I must discredit this truth so the masses don't flip out when they find out. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna say it so that yeah, because as soon as you say as soon as anyone sees the word conspiracy theory, they automatically shut down and turn it off. So yep, as soon as you put that word on it, most people stop listening, and they know that. Water supports all living things. Okay, so then the AI computers, see, that's how they're gonna take over. The AI computers consume large amounts of water for the cooling system in the supercomputer as well. In the future, our water shortage will be due to supercomputers. That's what it sounds like. Because when he said 10 AI searches is one bottle of water equals one bottle of water, millions and millions of people are probably doing AI searches as we speak right now. And of course, I don't think the planet will ever run out of water, but as far as water that we can consume and bathe in and things like that. Mm. TD Jakes is getting sick because God is striking him down and telling him to stop. Well, I hope he does. I hope he does stop. I hope he does. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I just hope he does. Because you got people still sitting in these congregations. And just like the guy, because this is it looked like it was over probably in Africa where this guy had on these pumps. People were still sitting in his congregation. It was a dude sitting at the piano like he was getting ready to play. I'm like, what would be the reason? And he even said during one part, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have on some tennis shoes next time." But what was the reason why you have on pumps today, though? May I remind you, God destroyed churches, nations, and countries for using His name in vain. Oh yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. Well, you said, correct me if I'm wrong, but well, the Bible did say that these false prophets and pastors wear soft feminine clothing and are effeminate. Um, I mean, I don't know that exact scripture, but I wouldn't put it past because he's got to pervert everything. If it's false, it's all a perversion. So he's got to mix it up. Mhm. Yeah, Africa has a huge amount of witches and warlocks and occult loving weirdos. Yeah. Um, and again, just based on my research, that these beings that came out of the water, they literally went and were evangelizing to all these nations. And especially if you lived along the coast, they these beings would come right up on the coast. So if you're like a fisherman and different, you saw them. You probably were fishing, and one day this thing just came up and just started talking to you, started telling you all about life and all the secrets of the world and the heavens and how to do this and how to do that. And you started listening because okay, you seemed like you got a lot of knowledge. And then next thing you know, you caught up. Yeah, it happens a lot along the water coast for sure. Goliath was an act of God who, though these ancient cultures claimed regular weapons would wound them and they heal quickly, but when the copper weapon was used, it always killed them. Okay, okay, got you. The fact that the Haktua girl got famous shows how fallen the world we live in. I know, and she was just a quick little couple seconds, and my. Okay, y'all. Last few, and then I'll let y'all get on out of here. I visited Lovelock Cave before they made it where it wasn't relevant. Is that one of the places that you would visit, like Hollow Earth type thing? You said Eminem's name is a play on Satan. Look it up. Look up the meaning of it. I sure will. And I'm almost not surprised because again, I think I told y'all that my brother was listening to an Eminem song once, and for whatever reason, my ears just tuned into the background, and it was chanting Satan in the background. And you would not have heard. I don't know why my ear. I guess thank the Lord, but because then he had to turn that song off. But I'm not surprised because Eminem's out there. And we said water scarcity is a real thing and they could easily make it a global epidemic. Yeah. And they might want to slow it on down because I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking about wormwood that has to come and make a third of the waters bitter. So yeah, we got to be careful. And they can easily just not just like I'm the and I don't guess I'm thinking about Flint as well. How long those people lived without clean running water and were having to use water bottles and all that kind of stuff just to survive. Mm. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Wow, but great conversation tonight, y'all. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it like I do every week. I appreciate each and every person that comes out to support the channel, whether it's liking, whether it's commenting, whether it's just watching, it doesn't even matter. Those who support me on the Patreon, I really, really appreciate that. Um, yeah, I'm just very, very thankful for each and every person, each and every person. I cannot wait to talk to you guys next week. But for this week, I'm going to go ahead and get off on here. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.